What's up, everybody? It's Chris. Just wanted to check up on you guys, see how you're doing. Hope you're all doing okay. And I also just wanted to check up on Twitter and see if Twitter was okay. Twitter, are you okay? It looks like Twitter's okay, but the employees may not be, because here is an email from Elon Musk to the staff telling them that basically they're all going to be fired pretty soon here. So the letter says, team, in an effort to place Twitter on a healthy path, we will go through the difficult process of reducing our global workforce on Friday. Today's Thursday, so that would be by tomorrow. And this was posted on the 3rd, which was today. So anyways, it looks like they got this a day or two before they're going to be notified whether or not they are still hired or not. And we recognize this will impact a number of individuals who have made valuable contributions to Twitter, but this action is unfortunately necessary to ensure the company's success moving forward. Given the nature of our distributed workforce and our desire to inform impacted individuals as quickly as possible, communications for this process will take place via email by 9 a.m. PST on Friday, November 4th. So it's just a few hours away. They're going to find out. Everyone will receive an email with the subject line, your role at Twitter. What if it says your role at Twitter, no role when they open it up? Please check your email, including your spam folder. If your employment is not impacted, you will receive a notification via your email, your Twitter email. If your employment is impacted, you will receive a notification with next steps via your personal email. Oh man, imagine people who are working there and like really want to stay, or it's like very important that they stay for whatever reason, financially or otherwise, and they're just waiting for which email they're gonna get. Oh my gosh. If you do not receive an email from Twitter HR by 5 p.m. PST on Friday, November 4th, please email this email. To help ensure the safety of each employee as well as Twitter systems and customer data, our offices will be temporarily closed and all badges will be suspended. If you're in an office or on your way to an office, please return home. We acknowledge this is an incredibly challenging experience to go through whether or not you are impacted. Thank you for continuing to adhere to Twitter policies that prohibit you from discussing confidential company information on social media. I wonder how many people are going to violate their policies and, leak information and give stuff away and all that with the press or elsewhere. We are grateful for your contributions to Twitter and for your patience as we move through this process. So that's pretty crazy. I mean, I understand, it's tough when you have to make a lot of changes in a company and you're reorganizing, restructuring, and things like this happen. They've happened to other big companies too. You just search online for companies that that laid off lots of staff or something like that. I've heard of many times when that's happened. And I'm sure it's not easy for anybody, but sometimes it's necessary, and apparently it may be a good thing to do it all at once instead of spreading it out. So I don't know, but there's definitely a lot of people on Twitter that are like, oh, something like Twitter or Elon is this horrible person because he's firing everybody and all this stuff. And you have to figure out how to make a company work. And part of that is figuring out who you need and who you don't need to work for the company, who's doing well, who's not doing well as an employee. And so, I mean, that's what Elon is doing here. In other news related to Twitter still, they're working on a paid video feature. So this is just more stuff that they're working on as far as making money. It looks like it might be some sort of Patreon type thing where you pay per video or pay per post. PPP. There might be some preset prices like $1, $2, $5, $10. So we'll see how that looks like. Overall, it looks like there's going to be a lot of changes as far as like there's a lot of things that are going to be paid. And so it's still hard for me to figure out how it's going to look. Is it going to look like a Patreon, or is it going to look like I'm trying to like piece together what little information we have as far as how it's going to look. And finally, Elon, of course, has been posting a lot of weird things. You get what you pay for. That's partially true. It's mostly true. Being attacked by both the right and left simultaneously is a good sign. Sure, maybe it is. Twitter is simply the most interesting place on the internet. I don't know about that. That's why you're reading this tweet right now. I don't know. I think YouTube is more interesting. Twitter is the most can be the most dramatic place on the internet, and a lot of times that's not very fun. He's just trolling. $8 for Starbucks, $8 for check mark. One lasts 30 minutes, one lasts 30 days. Every time I get a coffee from Starbucks or just make one, it does not last 30 minutes, not even close. I drink them in like 3 minutes. $8 a month for Twitter verification. So much for free speech. You can still use Twitter for free, but just without the benefits. And then the guy's mad. I mean, there definitely are people complaining about and saying that, oh, you're for free speech, Elon? Why are you charging $8 then? Free speech doesn't mean you can't charge for it, I guess, right? Like, yeah, true. It's not free at that point. The speech is not free, but I don't think that's what free speech means. It doesn't mean you can't charge for it. I don't know. Free speech, I think, has more to do with the government anyway, as far as like the government has to allow you to speak, but individual companies can kind of do what they want within reason or within certain parameters, I guess. But I would say it just seems like Elon is more for free speech than a lot of other people. And then here he is, you know, trolling AOC and being like, you're charging $58 for a sweater, so why are you complaining about me charging? Basically, he's retweeting Eric Voorhees. Let's remember that Elon Musk charging $8 for premium Twitter experience means Twitter becomes the product again instead of you. And if $8 is too much, you're free to remain as the product. Yeah, that's true. If you're not paying, then you are the product, and they're deriving, you know, the social media platforms are deriving value from you by your data and whatnot. The entitled elite is not mad that they have to pay $8. They're mad that anybody can pay $8 a month. Because it consists of billions of bidirectional interactions per day, Twitter can be thought of as a collective cybernetic super intelligence. Yeah, I mean, if you look at it as a network of people, you know, giving information and receiving and giving information, then yeah, it's sort of a network. You could kind of say that with any social media platform, I suppose. Imagine if an AI could tap into Twitter or something and use that as its knowledge base in some way. That would be kind of interesting. A neuron doesn't realize it's a neuron. I wonder if he's referring to anyone in particular there. That's true. I probably am a neuron. I have a few neurons in my brain, just not that many. Why is small talk even legal? So here he's not being serious. He's just having fun because, you know, people are going crazy over all this. Tiny talk is small. Tiny talk is talk. So small, it feels like it's coming from your own mind. And then he made a little poll. Advertisers should support freedom of speech or political correctness. I'm kind of surprised at how many people chose political correctness. But I don't know if this poll even makes much sense, because you can, like, they're not mutually exclusive necessarily, I think. But, you know, whatever. Well, that was about it. There's not much going on right now. I mean, other than everybody is going to be fired, but that hasn't happened yet. So I'm sure we'll get a lot more stories about people getting fired tomorrow, and that'll be interesting. And there's more that's going to happen, but I'm going to spend a little more time talking about other things, because it's a little slow with the Twitter news and information. It's still very interesting to me, but you know, once there's more dramatic stuff, I'll talk about it more. In the meantime, watch my last video on YouTube. An AI actually wrote my script or essay, I guess you could call it, and actually picked the stock footage for the video as well, although I had to edit it. But anyways, check that out. And other than that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.